Cyber attacks are all over the news right now, and some experts are saying that the same issues that face the NSA might also be affecting you.
Americans are falling for the same tactics that Russia has already proven it can disrupt America's infrastructure. What should we do in terms of protecting ourselves from getting hacked or getting, attacked cyber?
But is that actually true?
We're going to take a look at this Fox Business segment and some of the tips that they recommended, determine what's true, what's not so true, and give you some tips of our own that I think you'll find significantly more helpful.
Be cautious right now with every link inside of text, email, and social media.
The first thing is to be cautious with every link you receive in a text or an email or maybe even a social media post.
It's kind of true. The most important thing is to be cautious about what you do after you click a link in a text, email, or social media post. Computers don't generally just get viruses by going to the wrong website. What happens is that people go to a fake website and then try to log in with some account details that don't work or give up their credit card information, and then they've accidentally given their logins to adversaries. Is it Russia? Probably not, but it happens all the time. So that's why we assign this a threat level 3.
Yeah, phishing scams are unfortunately pretty common with Apple too. You'll get a lot of fake emails from companies saying, oh, we're Apple. But you can see in these emails there are typos and the email address is not from apple.com, it's from some crazy long domain. So I think the thing to really focus on is to not freak out immediately because they want to get you scared in an emotional state where you're not thinking clearly. Just if you get something like this, take a step back, take a deep breath, and really thoroughly examine it.
I totally agree. And where else are you going to get good life advice like that? Like, don't just do something, stand there, and tech advice?
Subscribe to this channel.
Here, yeah, subscribe to this channel because we're here for you. We're giving you life advice, tech advice, and later on, maybe some cooking tips. Just kidding.
The next item, double check your devices for new software updates.
And also double check your devices right now for the latest operating software. Make sure that's up to date.
Good advice, simple advice, should be doing that.
Check your devices for software updates. Threat level 2, it's rare that there's a huge problem, but we just saw a pretty big problem in Safari get fixed by a software update.
Yep, link to that in the card above and the description section below. The next tip was to back up all of your data to a physical device, not the cloud, and then unplug it.
And then do what I do. I back up all my personal data from my computer and I unplug it.
This is really not a concern, threat level 1 type of a deal, where this is only important if you use a cloud service that's not well known, which you probably don't because Google, Dropbox, iCloud, this corporate level security is better than your security at home. They do a good job of safeguarding people's data. And if I'm not mistaken, there was a politician whose son dropped off a physical device that found its way into the wrong hands. So physical hard drives are not necessarily safe. They are safe from power surges, but I really don't think that people have to be afraid of using cloud services just sort of as a matter of course.
One thing people will point to is from a few years ago, the celebrity photo leak, but since then Apple has put in a lot of more measures to prevent something like that from happening again. So if that's what you're concerned about, don't.
Use a strong password manager because that's what they're trying to do is break into our passwords, and believe me, they can.
Kurt's next tip was to use a strong password manager, and that, threat level 4, 100% agree.
Agree because it's the only way to use different passwords on every website. And can I just say, David, that I am sick of hearing companies say that it's our fault for not using different passwords on every single website and remembering them. Because I'm pretty sure that there are a few companies who have been hacked and released all of our personal data over and over and over again. I mean, chances are if you've had an internet account for more than 5 years, your logins have been leaked and have been stolen. So the only way to keep track of this is to have a password.
Those companies are living in glass houses and throwing stones.
What the hell does that mean?
Password manager. iCloud Keychain is the one that I use. If you're an Apple user, just use Keychain. It's great.
Yep, Chrome has a built-in keychain too. There are other ones that are paid.
The most important thing is really deploying good antivirus protection. Make sure it's active, up to date, and on all of your devices.
Kurt's next tip, threat level 0. Buy good antivirus software. Don't do it. Your money is much better spent on a paid-for membership than
Indeed.
Antivirus
software is included with pretty much every computer nowadays, And programs like Norton and McAfee are becoming less and less important. Typically, the way these, ransomware, all these things are happening is you have to download something and then install it. At the same time, it's sort of on you to not download Adobe Flash from some random website and then install it and get hit for ransomware.
Yeah, some of these programs too can really slow down your computer. They sometimes can be pretty CPU heavy. So you don't need them.
You don't need them. Use the built-in virus protection, especially Windows now is doing a really good job with that.
Earlier in this video, we promised you some suggestions from us. Here they are. The first is to download software directly from a company's website. So for example, you want to download Adobe Reader for your PDFs. Don't click on it on some random website. Go to Google, type it in.
Right, so you type in something like this, download Adobe Reader. Hit enter right at the top. Ignore any ads. There aren't any here. Click on the first one and download it and you'll be all set. If you're a PC user, forget what I just said and go to Ninite.com. This is the coolest thing ever. I used to use it all the time. You could just check all of the programs that you want to download and it downloads one file and just installs all of them with no bloatware or malware or anything. So it unchecks all the boxes that you would normally have to check. And then if you want to update the programs, you just run that little installer file again. Whenever you want to update, updates automatically. It's like a miracle for PC users. You should all be using this. Amazing software.
Next, turn on two-factor authentication as often as you can, especially important for passwords that you're using over and over and over again.
Yeah, so there's the SMS version of it, and then there's apps like Google Authenticator and Authy where you have to type in a 6-digit code. What I like, especially on Apple products, is now if you're using an app like Authy, you can hit a button to copy it from your iPhone and just paste it onto your Mac. So it's getting easier to do this, less of a pain in the butt, but it does make it a lot more secure for people.
Next up, use Have I Been Pwned to see if any of your data has been leaked in some of these big data breaches.
Right, so I'll just... Oh, this is so perfect.
That's
isn't
good,
it?
yeah.
I just misspelled the stupid website and ended up on a fake. Okay, this is amazing.
Hopefully you at home didn't make that same mistake and then go to this website.
Sounds legit.
Thank you for calling technical support. You are speaking with Alex. How may I help you?
Hi, I was just on a website on my Mac, and I'm noticing that I'm getting some, security alerts, and I wondered what I was supposed to do about that. Have I been pwned?
It's owned, but with a P instead of an O.
Oh, that's much easier than I thought it was. So the first one, have I been pwned? Check if your email or phone is in a data breach. Just type in your email address. I'll type in mine. Oh no. I've only been pwned in 24 data breaches and 1 paste. And this is really why I get mad at companies for saying that it's our fault, because it's not all your fault. I mean, your password shouldn't be like password 123, but it isn't by this point either. The takeaway for me is that other countries don't invest their money and national security budget into hacking you personally. So really the fault lies with the companies that leak our data. And also, you can go pretty far, as you just saw in our video, and not get hacked. It only really happens when you install software and then give them information.
Russia, for example, they don't want to hack your MySpace to kill your Farmville crops, or from MySpace, your Facebook. What they want to do is they want to target, big systems. That's why they're going after our elections and our electrical grid. They don't care what you're doing on Facebook. In the Fox Business clip, Kurt, the tech guy, the cyber guy, says we haven't raised our shields.
We're not really prepared as Americans. We haven't really raised our shields, so to speak.
But to your point, I mean, we're doing about as much as we can. It's really on these larger companies to take control. And one other big issue I had with this Fox Business segment is they are framing the NVIDIA hack and the Expeditors hack as somehow linked to Russia to then scare you, to then have Kurt talk to you as an authority figure so you go to his website and read his article about anti-malware software, which he makes big commissions on. However, this is directly from NVIDIA's website. We have no evidence of ransomware being deployed on the NVIDIA environment or that this is related to the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The whole framing of this story was dishonest.
Security is important. Does joining our YouTube channel make you more secure online? No, but it's cheaper than LifeLock, and the CEO of LifeLock was arrested and fined hundreds of millions of dollars by the FCC for false advertising because his identity got stolen 13 times and a whole other slew of reasons. So if you'd like to be cool and stay in touch with us, like all of these wonderful people, and especially Larry, are super dated, our very first Super David, or Devin Dorshak, or Lanika Alexander, Mike McClure, MDG3312, Richard Hahn, or CLK Bunny, which I assume is short for Click Bunny, then please join our channel because we love our members. And they typically are very secure online. I don't know if there's any data to back that up, that they don't get hacked as much as non-members. But I'm pretty sure that the way it works is that members get hacked very little. And then subscribers get hacked slightly less than average. But then people who don't subscribe to our channel get hacked. I don't want to say that we would do that to somebody, but I would subscribe if I were you.
So, are you vulnerable to cyber attacks?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Not as vulnerable as Kurt would like you to think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially if you take the steps in this video to prepare yourself.
Thanks for watching. Yep, Chrome has a built-in keychain too. There are other ones that are paid. Zek uses DoorDash, aka Dash Pass. Dash Pass.
Dash Pass.
Dash Lane.